The Nampa Police Department collects thousands of pieces of evidence a year. Dakota Castes Didier is live in the control room to show you where it all goes.
What happens to evidence collected by law enforcement when a case is over? Well, it's either reunited with its owners or it's destroyed. But sometimes that choice isn't so clear. Tammy Lang with the Nampa Police Department's evidence team has made it her personal mission to reunite pieces of evidence with the original owners or their family members. Nampa PD is currently storing over 60,000 pieces of evidence of all shapes and sizes, from cars to mattresses, drugs to firearms. Any and all evidence gathered by officers in the field are returned and stored with Tammy and her team. Found property is held for 120 days, after which Tammy and her team try to reunite evidence with their original owners. But that isn't always easy.
Well, obviously, when you bring in a lot of stuff, you also have to get rid of a lot of stuff. Well, so as we were getting rid of things, there was a lot of personal items. And I mean, you don't get much more personal than ashes of a deceased person and stuff like that. We'd get a bunch of pictures, or we also on an occasion got a bunch of notebooks that were journals by someone that was sailing on a ship to overseas in 1963. All his personal journals. Sorry, get a little emotional. And it's impossible to throw that stuff away. I mean, it is. To figure out, we just try to figure out an owner and reunite those items.
Tammy and her team's primary responsibility is to store evidence and maintain a chain of custody to keep evidence admissible in court. But Tammy said she's always aware of the humanity involved in the evidence gathered. On more than one occasion, Tammy and her team have received cremated human remains that remained unclaimed after 120 days in storage. In those cases, Tammy and her team have tried to find the most respectful option to spread those ashes and lay those remains to rest.
So we have always tried to go somewhere is beautiful. It would be nice to know something about the person. We've always talked about that. Whether, what their interests were, if they like to hunt or fish, or if they had grandkids, or, it would be something, if we knew something about them. Right. But obviously we don't. But we say a prayer and
The evidence team is constantly confronted with the horrors of crime scenes and rely on each other for support. Tammy's efforts inspire members of the team and provide a positive in a professional world often focused on the negative.
Obviously in our job we deal with good people and we often deal with not so good people. I think a lot of times I can think of just last week when I had a mom come whose son had died unexpectedly, and we returned some of his items to her, and she's crying, and we can sympathize. We can wrap him in a hug and tell him we're sorry, but it's always fulfilling. Yeah.
The efforts of the Nampa Police Department evidence team has reunited hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces of evidence with their original owners or next of kin, with no plans of slowing down. Another item that sticks out to Tammy, a prosthetic leg. As you can imagine, she says the owner was very happy to get that back.